Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's exciting discussion on helping students with goal making and building up mental strength. This is an incredibly important topic for students, parents, and educators alike, especially as we navigate today's fast paced world where mental strength and goal setting can determine success. Hi, my name is Parul Batra, and I will host today's session. We have three distinguished panelists who will share their insights on how we can empower students to set meaningful goals and build the mental resilience needed to achieve them. We are joined by Mr. Jitin Chawla, an eminent career counselor and study abroad expert, who will shed light on how students can set long term academic and career goals and the importance of resilience in pursuing these goals. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then we have with us Mr. Rishi Pal Chauhan, a visionary innovator of the Jiva Learning System and managing director of Jiva Group. He has gained valuable international experience through his professional work in United States. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Then we have with us Ms. Vibha Khosla, the principal of Modern School Vasant Vihar, who will talk about how schools can support students in their goal setting journey and building mental fortitude. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
Now let's dive into today's discussion. My opening question is for you, Mr. Chawla. Can you kindly shed light on how students can set long term academic goals and career goals and prepare a profile towards the same?
So the process starts pretty early. In fact, some years back, I was amazed when a parent, a sixth and seventh grade student, he contacted us and came to our office and says that, can you help our child? Can you do aptitude testing with the children? So we do IAP testing, and I've been doing it for more than 20 years now. And when we started off, I told the parent that six is too early. I can give her some activities to explore, but maybe eighth is the right time. So on one side, there are some parents who are really concerned, like the one. But on the other hand, there are parents and large numbers who will come in 10th grade. So 10th probably is slightly late to start. In fact, we are approached by a lot of schools who want us to conduct parent orientation sessions or student orientation session in 10th. But 10th apparently is quite late. Why? Exposure is not there. Most of the children who are growing up, except for a few schools, somehow they are not exposed. I am coming from a workshop where I was addressing children from 35 schools. It was a winter camp by a big university, Shivnada University. I was a speaker there, so I did a session for 3 hours, and I interacted with children from 35 schools. My first question to them: how many of you have thought of real estate management? Later on, I met up with the parents also. I asked them the same question, that how many parents have thought that their children will go into real estate management? Can you tell me about any one institute where you can send a child for real estate management? Nobody had an answer. And I have a student who did DTU, Top Engineering College, MBA, MDI, finally first job, Godrej Properties. Today he is a top valuation expert, meaning he works in real estate sector. So the challenge with Indian audiences is, and why I'm saying Indian, because I travel aggressively to Doha, Dubai, Kuwait, some African countries, Nepal, and other countries also to conduct programs. But the challenge with Indian audiences, particularly North India audiences, is they think of only 12 career options. I'm not saying it. It is India Today's survey, which was conducted a couple of years back, where they went to the parents and checked, and they found that they were not even looking at so many other options. So of course, if I'm a high placed parent, I come from a very high socioeconomic group, still the openness is there. But otherwise, typically, it is very sad. We are addressing a school group, say commerce students. I ask them, what are you thinking? They still start verbalizing become honors. They start verbalizing CA, which, I mean, they're still not verbalizing. I want to get into investment banking, or I want to go for venture capital. I want to work in the field of business analytics or fintech or microfinance. Or why? That understanding of what is happening outside is not there typically, except for a very few places. So that is the biggest challenge. So how would a child decide? As a child, I'm in ninth class or 10th class, I do not have sufficient exposure. Even if I'm thinking computer science, I don't know what kind of careers would be there, what kind of career growth will be there if I get into cybersecurity versus cloud computing versus data analytics versus say IoT, AI, ML. Yeah, because everyone is talking AI, ML, so I also pick it up from there. But have I done detailed research? Is there some resource available to me at an institution to help me with that? Second, about universities, colleges, what is their expectation? I get students who have not taken maths in 11th and 12th. They want to go to Canada. Now, Canada to go for a business program, you need mathematics, you know. So, some other universities also would require it. So, you today, a lot of research is needed, which is still lacking. And that's why a lot of people are struggling with their further career goals, or they would plan goals which are very conventional. They would even plan for universities, colleges in India which are conventional. Delhi University has a CIC, Cluster Innovation Center, which was not there say 10 years back. But CIC offers an amazing course, BA Social Science and Humanities. But how many people even talk about it? Yeah. Similarly, in the let's say I'm a student looking at engineering, there are a lot of new amazing universities which have come up, like Plaksha University. So, and not only engineering, they offer a program which is a mix of eco and data science, a very unique program, which is available at a few other universities also. But again, so as a student, how many people around me are talking about it, so that I can go for it, I can accept it. So that's a big challenge which students face. Of course, if I'm a student, I'll take exposure on uh, on the tech side. So Google Skill Shop. Google Skill Shop has fundamentals of digital marketing. It's a free course, 40 hours. I recommend that to all the students. Money by Money Control or Investopedia. They can play stock market games to understand basics of finance. CBSE talks about financial literacy, but on the ground, how many people actually are doing it? Computing. So just understanding what are the careers. Going on to website like cnet.com. W3schools.com provides free resources. I mean, it's an amazing website. Code Academy. I have never done programming, but I used code.org and Code Academy using AI to create party music. It was fun and I could learn also. Children can do the same. NAS Academy courses. So Nas Daily, he's a he's one of the world's best vloggers. He gathered the top entrepreneurs, top TikTokers, top vloggers, top influencers, and he started off with NAS Academy courses. People like the Oyo founder Ritesh. So Ritesh has a course in entrepreneurship on NAS Academy courses, blockchain courses, cryptocurrency courses. Yeah, universities, colleges will not speak about it, but children need to know about these. They need to know basics about it so that they can choose accordingly. So that is where it comes, and people have to be guided for summer camps, winter camps, summer camps in India, outside India, however it may be. But a camp also enables participants to understand how things are happening on the practical side. So practical knowledge, understanding of couple of areas like entrepreneurship, finance, IT, what is happening, because that is what is shaping up careers. I do a retail management course today. Where will I get a job? I got a job with Blinkit. Why? Because everyone is using Blinkit. Look at the kind of growth they have, or a similar company like Zepto. Yeah, but again, are parents verbalizing this? Are schools verbalizing it? Are our career counselors verbalizing it? So that's a challenge which is there in the society, and still we are sitting in Delhi. Top schools would have some systems and some things, but if I go to a city like Meerut, if I go to Agra, which I do go once in a while, I go to Jalandhar. So there the mindsets are still what was there 40 years back. So these are the things which prevent people from taking up a sound career decision. So a lot of research, practical exposure, parental involvement in research is needed to take it forward.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chawla, for thorough and well structured and actionable steps for students to set up long-term academic and career goals. The focus on building strong academic and career profiles and continuous learning and adaptability is also valuable.
I'll speak
We'll
further
now
about
move on.
profile. I'll cover more in detail maybe in the next session, because
Sure,
profile
sure, sure.
I initially covered the initial part.
Yeah. We will now move on to our next panelist, Mr. Rishi Pal Chauhan. I'm so sorry. Sir, in the business world, goal setting and mental strength are crucial for success. सो आपसे हम ये जानना चाहेंगे सर कि ऐसी क्या क्वालिटीज होनी चाहिए कॉर्पोरेट एनवायरनमेंट में और ये इतना मैटर कैसे करती हैं इंडिविजुअल एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ग्रोथ के लिए.
So, thank you, Parul. So, every person is unique on this earth. There are 8 billion people, but their iris, thumb impression, liking, disliking, creativity is different. And when a person want to set his or her own goal, first the child has to understand what is my body constitution according to Ayurveda, Vat, Pitta, Kapha, and it is described that what kind of person is going to be, what kind of, say like Pitta, Prakriti will be dominating, determined, right? So another thing is that there are 8 kind of intelligence, Buddhi. So what is your strength? You are logical, you are linguistic, and according to our shastras, there are 9 kind of swabhav, nature. You are entrepreneur nature, educative nature, administrative nature, providing nature, healing nature. What is your nature? Then there are 3 gunas, rajogun, tamogun, satogun. So every child is unique and growth comes from within. And growth unlocks when we nurture the nature according to the nature of the individual. Suppose the goal is to win the national car race. So what a person is going to see, that where I am going to drive, what kind of environment. Then what is the car which is going to give me the maximum mileage in minimum time, right? And then what person is going to check? The horsepower of the engine, petrol, diesel, race, RPM. So outside personality is working with respect to the inner engineering of the person. So people, they make decision just that I have to do AI, like Nitin sir was explaining, Jitin sir was explaining, right? That you have to go to, so you have, so, but until and unless you don't understand what kind of car I am, where I am going to give efficiency, right? You want to become a cricketer. So you will be a good batsman, good bowler, good fielder, or you want to be an engineer. So where you will be a good planner.
I think there is a network problem. Sir, हम आपको सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं. Is it same with Jitin sir and Vibha ma'am?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
we are
able
not
to.
able to.
Problem is there. So, Nitin, shall we move to the other panelists then? Or will. Okay. So, our next question is for Ms. Vibha Khosla. As a school principal, you interact with students daily. How do you see students approach goal setting? Are there any particular challenges that schools face in fostering mental strength in young people?
Okay, so I will address this that, children, if we talk of basically children, when we use the word children and students, they actually approach goal setting with lot of excitement and determination, provided they are given a positive reinforcement and a positive atmosphere for the same. And as a school, we do have this opportunity to nurture and give them a positive environment all around so that they can be encouraged to do positive setting and celebrate their progress. The goals which are there, need not be those goals which you have to just reach at the top on immediate basis. They could be the smaller goals which are given. As Mr. Jitin Chawla said, the awareness, the research is something which is very, very important. So the children should be made to know about what all is available. It's not just those one or two streams which are available, and children should be kept limited to it, because everybody makes a career, whatever it may be, in whatever field. Like if from just 15 years from now, or maybe 10 years from now, we did not know that YouTube and use these people influencers will exist, but today they exist. So we have to, as a school, give them a plethora of activities, of exposure, make them resilient, help them to make their choices, giving them a very encouraging environment. We should, and that's what we do also at school, is that we call a lot of people who are succeeding in various fields so that they can hear right from the horse's mouth. They come to know about the different fields which are there, and that's where they try to see that what they have to do. When Mr. Rishipal Chauhanji was speaking, he said it's to about to match what I want along with what my body is, and then take up this further. So that's again another very important and a vital thing that a school has to do. So basically, for goal setting, if we look at students, they would approach it with lot of determination, with lot of happiness, provided the school is giving them a good environment, good exposure, lot of research. And in today's time, I think the awareness is very important. So it's important for schools to be very open minded, and instead of just going with what the CBSE is giving us as the syllabus, we should expose our children to different things, let them be, give them the freedom, let them have the confidence to go further with whatever they feel that they can. So if I feel that I can, I will be able to do that. Plus, along with this, some bit of expertise is required, because if we talk about our earlier times, if we went to a normal MBBS doctor, we went and took the medicine. But now we don't just go to an MBBS doctor, we go to a specialist. So that special kind of counseling is also required. And I think that's one reason why schools have also started investing in having career counselors at school who help them with all these things. They look at children, they observe children, and then they help them to select a stream which they need. And I also believe, which has already been mentioned earlier, that this should not happen, during the later times, but probably grade 8th and 9th is the time that the child starts making his or her mind. And that's the time they should be able to make these choices. Let them experiment with these choices and take it further.
Yeah, very true, ma'am. And by building both mental fortitude and clear goals, students are better equipped to face life challenges and achieve their potential. And I think schools have a magic wand also. They empower students to succeed both academically and personally. So that is there. Very true. So coming to Jitin sir, in your experience, what are some of the major concerns students have when it comes to setting long term career goals? And are there any specific barriers they face that impact their mental strength or motivation?
Yeah, I think the biggest barrier which a student has is, which at times they might not realize it at that time, is societal barrier. Because I am a student, I get pretty good marks. So somehow the society tells me that these are the subjects you should do. Yeah. So still, and again, I'm speaking for all over the nation. So in a top-notch school, this has changed. But if I look at maybe 90% of schools in India, so it still remains the same. Again, there's a big difference between say North India and South India. So South India still, I would say, largely is still conventional. So there's a societal barrier. Second is a knowledge barrier, that because I don't have, how many career options are there in the world? So according to US Department of Labor, and one can see these careers on a website called o-net. So there are 78,263 careers, 78,000, you know. But how many career options a typical person is thinking of? A typical student is thinking of maybe 12 career options, we have 14 career options. Yeah. So the challenge is that because you don't have knowledge, so how will you choose? Third issue is, in fact, not only for students, but we have gone and we have conducted programs. Every year I do about 20, 25 teachers orientation sessions on career, on how they can help children with career planning. DPS Society, we have worked with the HRD Center, and we have helped them inculcate that right from sixth grade onwards, how career counseling can be enabled in the classroom. We dreamt of activities and other things, and we enabled it that they set in their system. We work very closely with some school societies also to enable counselors. With Gulf schools also, we are doing the same thing. So, coming back, how and what this children will the next thing is that because of convention, they are led into believing that these careers are only good. A large cross section of students believe that hey, being an IES is like wow, yeah, which is fine. If you really want to add value to the society, it is good. But I was surprised when in a school in Ghaziabad, a child stands up and says, I'll become an IAS, but actually I want to do business. Then I'll award the contract to my relative and then I'll build up a good business. So I said, why don't you directly go in for business? So nobody had guided him that there you can take up courses in entrepreneurship. In fact, we work closely with EDI Ahmedabad, which is the topmost institute, a government institute at Ahmedabad for entrepreneurship. And last 12 years, they've been successfully doing a camp, which I got them to bring to Delhi also. So there's a summer camp on entrepreneurship, which a child from 12 years of age can join in. TYE is a program at IIT Delhi, which a child can join from ninth grade onwards. Yeah. So there are a lot of programs happening, but again, it's a handful of children who are able to join such programs, and maybe they didn't need it also. They were still aware, you know. But people who actually need it, they are not able to come for these specialized program, nor they have the vision to do it. So that's the biggest constraint. So how to remove it? Understand, identify, and plan out. And initially, even if my location is Agra or Aligarh or whatever, I can use YouTube in a big way. I can use YouTube to update myself. I can latch on people like us create video. There are so many others who create videos in specific domains also. So maybe I realize that I am interested in stock market. At least go and try to play it out and do mock. Don't do real investment. Do mock investments. In fact, I have students who have understood cryptocurrency. I have a student who has done research paper on cryptocurrency. So research is also important. In fact, I was just sharing with the very senior people from CBSE that research should be a part. If I look at other boards like IB, IGCSE, so doing research paper, writing an essay is a part of the entire academic planning, which few schools are otherwise also doing. But it should be a big part of it. Why? The moment a child does a research in a new area, they start understanding that area. I have a student from IB, she's in ninth grade. Her research paper has just gone for publication in international journal. The paper's title is Understanding How AI is going to impact stock market. This is a ninth grade student. Yeah. But to bring her to that level, we had to work with her for 4 months so that first she understands stock markets and then I have a student in 11th class who's working only on cryptocurrency. Yeah. And so on and so forth. So idea is that the moment the children get into research, they can build up. And that is where the concept of profile also comes in. A typical student, while going through a profile building exercise, should understand and do, say, research paper writing, getting it published. Indian, outside, both are fine, but good journals, having good impact factors. Second, social projects. Third, tech project. Fourth, any business competitions, business workshop. Fifth, articles, their own YouTube channel, which some children do by their own podcast. I've got two very young people from 10th grade. These guys have started their own. In fact, they're competing with me, but I'm also guiding them. So it's very different because they are coming out with a career counseling project, which is a AI based and online project. Yeah. They have done a podcast with me. They are now launching their own podcast channel also. Some children are doing it, but how many children even dream of it? A lot of children across would be guided, बेटा पढ़ाई करो तो कुछ अच्छा हो जाएगा. So I'm not saying पढ़ाई मत करो. And these children, which I'm saying, they're good at studies also surprisingly. It is just that you keep on exploring things on the side. सो दैट खुद के बारे में समझ में कैसे आएगा कि मुझे क्या अच्छा लगता है. हाउ डू आई गेट टू नो दैट दिस इज समथिंग आई लाइक. Even for me as an individual, I used to think that I like sciences, but then I shifted. I did physics honors, but then I shifted to management, and I enjoyed management for some time. But then I realized, hey, I want to do something else. I want to work with students and parents in this field, and that's why I reinvented myself as a career counselor. So, for a lot of students, these journeys can be less taxing and more goal oriented, provided they start analyzing this. A basic analysis for oneself is IAP: interest, abilities, personality. What do I value? What do I want to build up? Yeah, I really want to do social good. I want to change the way India is. IAS is a great career. I want great money. Probably I should do my own business. You know, I would go outside India and do work with big companies and earn pretty good money. I open up my venture capital firm and blah blah blah. So depending on how I am, I can choose and then I can build up.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an insightful overview. And now coming to Mr. Rishipal Chauhan. And in the business world, what are some common concerns around goal setting and mental health, especially among young professionals? And how do organizations address these issues to foster a healthy work environment? All yours, sir.
So, like in my first session talk, I was telling that when you set your life goal, you must understand the self, right? And second part is that is your goal solving some problem of the society, or the goal which you are setting where you are going to work, is the man human resources available there, or raw material is available there? So how to select the location and goal, both are very important. And is your circumstances is according to that goal or not that goal? And second thing is that you have to see the instruction direction, that what is the direction to achieve my goal. And this, you can say, Gita principle: give very clear instructions and they should be transparent. More and more transparencies with your goal and your instruction is the efficiency of people will increase. And then the accountability: mostly people, they don't feel accountable. So this Gita principle will help you in your mental health or mental strength also. Another thing is that when you are choosing, I don't know, I was cut in my first session or not, I was giving one example that if you have given the same project to three teams and they select teams according to their capability and capacities. Suppose your idea has to be converted into product and you need a team of 5 people, and their design team or manufacturing team, marketing and sales team have the capability of 65%, second has 75%, and third have 5 people with the same interest and strength 95%. So the product of third team will be better designed, cost effective, durable in comparison to first team. So the right people at right place is very important. So like Sachin Tendulkar, when he was 11-year-old, his coach wants him to be a fast bowler. Then Australian coach came in the morning 5 o'clock and he says that no, you are wrong. So my question is that you can become, it is like that you are asking Virat Kohli that you practice for bowling. Another example is Lata Mangeshkar. She never went to school, but she chose her profession according to her tendency and skills. So every person is unique, and that person has some specific God gifted skills. So by self awareness, you should understand the self and then choose your goal that will be best. You will be happy and healthy in your life.
Thank you so much, sir. And as far as the corporates are concerned, I think by offering mentorship and providing career development pathways, normalizing mental health discussions, and fostering a healthy work life balance, and organizations are mitigating these challenges and promoting a healthier and a motivated workforce. Thank you so much.
So
So, coming
when
to,
one
yeah.
minute, when they give these training to the companies, at that time people's goal is to look after the family. These values should be given in the school right from the very beginning, from grade first or second, because the learning capability of a child is higher than the learning capability of an adult. You have 85% learning capability when you are 6, 7, 8 year old. Your learning capability reduces as per your age, and then your goals are different. There you are not to learn values, you want to take care of your family.
Yes, sir. Point taken. And now we move to Ms. Vibha Khosla. And my question is, many students face stress and pressure from various sources like academics, extracurriculars, and future aspirations. So, from your experience, what are some of the biggest concerns students face regarding their mental health and goal setting? Ma'am, you are on mute.
My apologies. Yeah. So when we, when you mentioned that students face stress from academics, extracurricular, and future aspirations, so why do they feel the stress? So, and what are the challenges? So the first challenges is the attitude. Why would I feel stressed? A child does not know what is stress. A child, stress is induced. It is the attitude that we give. So, when I say we, I'm talking both about the parents as well as the educators. It's we, a confluence of the school and the parents. Both of them is very important to raise a child in a very healthy and a happy manner. So there is nothing called stress. We've been discussing for such a long time that there are so many fields which are available, and children will be successful somewhere or the other. So the first thing is the attitude with which we tell them. And when we say that you have to do academics, you have to do extracurricular, whether it is sports or whether you have to do your goal setting, then as per NEP, the education has to be holistic. And there is nothing which comes as separate little parts. It's all a combined thing that comes and works. So it's very important that first we change our attitude, and stress comes when there is fear. There is a fear specifically when we don't know something. If we give awareness, if we tell our children that there is a plethora of jobs which are available, you will be successful, do whatever you like. There was a very good example, the movie that was made, Three Idiots, wherein it is this person who succeeds, Amir Khan. Why does he succeed? Because he does something that he likes and he loves, and he's automatically able to go ahead and be successful. So it's very important that instead of giving stress, we should convert this into growth opportunities. There has to be a communication with the students that is very important. We need to listen to the children. In today's time, one thing that we are not doing as a school, we are busy teaching them, busy completing our syllabus. I'm talking in a very generic manner here. As parents, we are spending the family time where we are sitting on the mobile phones. Our children are more than a school or the parental care going to the WhatsApp and the Instagram universities where they learn and they're ready to accept and try those things also. So this has to change. We have to be good listeners. We have to be good communicators, both as a school and as parents. We have to change our attitude. We have to give positive reinforcement. We have to give them the knowledge that there is a lot which is available. we have to give them a lot of activities which they can have a lot of research. So the question that you're asking me, there is a lot of answer which has been given by Mr. Chawla and Mr. Chauhan. They have both amalgamated the thing, and they've said that if children are given projects where they can research, they would know that how this field is further going to be. So these kind of exposures in a school can turn the stress upside down, and it could be turned into a positive reinforcement where children will start to enjoy this goal setting. They would come to know that there are a lot of avenues which are there. The world is open for them, and it is not just one stream. It is not our time where it was okay, you've got a 70%, you have to take science. So there was a peer pressure, there was a parental pressure that we had. आपने क्या बनना है, डॉक्टर बनना है या आपने इंजीनियर बनना है. But now I think what I see specifically in modern school Vasant Vihar, that doctor banna ya engineer banna is not the only thing, and children have such, they would want to take different kind of combinations. They would say, but ma'am, this is where I will get admission, this is what I have to do. And children are very very clear about these things. So we need to just nurture them. Children have awareness, give them more awareness, nurture them, and there is nothing called as stress. Everything is going to be taken with a lot of fun and excitement, and children definitely would do well.
Yes, and the emphasis on creating a supportive environment within schools is
Absolutely.
crucial for fostering the resilience and guiding students toward achievable goals with mental well-being. Thank you so much, Vibham. My next question is for Mr. Chawla. So, when these students face setbacks or disappointment in their academic or career path, how do you help them overcome these obstacles? And what are some of the biggest challenges they face in bouncing back from failure? So, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Sorry. It's a very relevant question which you have asked. Every year we get about, say, 300, 350 parents and students who come to our office that I have taken science something and I have not been able to. Like when the NEET results are out, in the next maybe 15 days, there'll be 20 odd students sitting at my office trying to understand what do I do. And there are people who have given it for 2 times, 3 times. They have put in 2 years, 3 years, and so on. In fact, when the NEET fiasco happened this time, I went to almost 9 channels in a matter of maybe 20 days. Uh, but still, I think everyone was not getting the point. The point was not that this has happened and all that should be corrected, and what the NTA is doing, what that's a separate issue. But the point also is, the main point is that 22 lakh people, they are giving an exam in which the failure rate to enter into a government institution for MBBS is 99.5%. You know, maybe 0.5% people will succeed. That also not all in government. Why? Because there aren't enough seats. So you are going in for an exam where the success rate itself is so low, and some children are not that competitive, nor they are meant for it. Yeah, and how many such children have been tested scientifically to understand whether they have the requisite aptitude. Sometimes, in fact, sometimes the school is telling the parent that, hey, don't take PCB, take something else, because the child might not do physics well, but still the parent is insisting. So, this is one. Similarly, I have a student Ankur. His parents came and they wanted him to take up management courses. He had commerce without maths. We helped him choose HM, hotel management. He went to IHM Shimla. He got 67% in 12th, but he flowered like anything. He did a lot of internship. In fact, his first internship was with me. He then interned with Taj Group of Hotel, did a couple of internships. Final placement, he was offered 3 placements. Can you imagine? There are people who don't get jobs, and this guy from IHM Shimla is getting 3. He joined Taj Mumbai. He was there when the Kasab shooting was there. I helped him subsequently ideate on a book, which is a published book. I asked people to check 14 hours, published by Rupa Publications. And then Ankur rose to become Director of Food and Beverages with Marriott. within the next 5 years. You know, so he got into we were able to help him get into a career which matched with him. I mean, he's like this, the career is like this, both the things matched. It was not about academics, more about handling people, more about creating excitement, creating a buzz. Today he's the best sommelier India has. He's invited to all the functions when wines are being launched. Yeah. Today he has his own startup, water in tin container, which I'm so proud about. G20 summit. In fact, it was rumored that Mr. Modi also took it, but there was no confirmation. But 1 lakh cans were supplied in G20 summit. So he's done so well that I'm so proud of him. So coming back, uh, I had a student in PCM who's doing so well in real estate, and so on and so forth. I could recount a lot of stories. So what should students do? First, they should, while in school and very early, maybe from eighth class onwards, they can start try out different things. And today, okay, you're interested in gaming. Please make a game. How do I know how to make a game? Go to outschool.com. Outschool is an amazing website, 1 lakh plus courses. So make your own games. Put it up on Apple Play Store. So outschool.com is it's a Y Combinator incubated venture, all safe, secure, everything. And I mean, amazing. Millions of children take help from there. So try out different competitions which are happening. Go for subject-based competitions. Try out summer camps, and maybe in some things you'll face failures, face rejection. It's a good idea. How do we increase our mental strength by facing a lot of failure? You know, so our society suggests differently. Everyone feels that you should be successful. A typical parent is wanting the child to be first, but in one class all people cannot come first, but all people can come first in different areas. You know, so face rejection, face failure. Second thing, work somewhere. When you intern, I have a portal for students on internship. They like a lot of company like Magic Pen. I've got others. Swiggy came in for some time, so they give 10 hour of work, and they give work which children love. So make reels, handle social media, develop content, use AI for something. So we have a portal for internship today. So there are a lot of others also. So do a small internship. Maybe you know some uncle nearby, some aunt nearby who's having a good job. Maybe you say, I want to hang around you for some time, if possible. Maybe they are an entrepreneur, maybe somebody is running a factory. So go and see practical side what is happening. And third, online, use it to build up your knowledge also. A lot of children are there online a lot of time, but they use it more for entertainment, more for I would say chatting, more for watching reels, but less for building up their own knowledge, less for their own decision making. Identify people like, I follow some people. I follow CS Sarthak Ahuja, who's doing an amazing job in terms of how businesses are developing. What, because of him, I would be making a trip to China. Why? Because he's highlighted China in such a big way, and in couple of his reels. So so for me, I follow like at least 7 8 such people in different domains. I want to build up myself physically, so I'm following some people who give advice on nutrition. I want to have healthy breakfast. I'll follow somebody who's giving advice on healthy breakfast, and so on and so forth. So whatever my areas are, I can build up, and then boom, one day there'll be a eureka moment. You'll find, wow, this is what I'm interested in. Yeah. And because of online, you can try out so many things. It's so wonderful for you. Try out a few online courses, even whether you complete it or not, I don't care. If you complete it, it's better, but at least start trying out. So MOOCs, a lot of courses are free of charge. I mean, amazing. You can today do a Harvard course. I advise students to take up CS50 for IT, computer science. It's a basic course which a child in, even I have children in sixth grade also have done it, fifth grade also have done it. So gaming, I have children again in fifth, sixth grade who have started making their own games. So start trying this out so that you get your eureka moment early, and then you choose accordingly, and then you know how to play the game. Then life will not hit you, rather you will play according to the path you have chosen for yourself, and your success rate will be much much higher, rather than that zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.5 success rate, which if you are pushed by the society, you are going to get. So just research, try out, and be successful.
Thank you so much, sir, for effectively outlining the key strategies for helping students overcome setbacks. Now, coming to Mr. Rishipal Chauhan, building mental resilience is often easier said than done. In a high pressure business environment, what are the main challenges young professionals face in maintaining mental strength while achieving ambitious goals?
So, like what Vibha ma'am was saying, that why pressure? From where this pressure is coming? And the change is the law of nature. So, how you can keep your mind according to the circumstances, situations, and you adjust with that situation? How we are going to teach the coming generation? So, first part is that how we can remain confident, how we enjoy our activities and our work, and for this we need self awareness. For self awareness, you have to understand the self, which I told already. Second part is that you have to do self introspection. In our school last period, all the student and teachers, they do self introspection, and before sleeping they do self introspection. What I did right or good, and where I was lacking. So what will happen, that the child is going to write his SOE diary, self, others, and environment. That I have to test my all day activities with respect to self, others, and environment. That I am learning for myself, I am understanding self, I am doing something good for the society, and I am in harmony with the environment. So when the child is every day writing his strength and his weaknesses, and there are these assessments which are being done, and they are going into the child's account software, right? So every day child has to improve by understanding the self. So the child is evolving himself or herself, and the child is setting his or her monthly goal, that this is my academic goal, this is my social goal, this is my spiritual goal. And then in parent teacher meeting, child is explaining that I achieved this goal 10% because I did not get this facility, I achieved this goal 80%. And this artificial intelligence software is working on entries which are going inside the software, that what is the personality of the child from the very beginning. So first is self aware, that we have to teach just in school the awareness, and the students, they should come for learning, not for studying. And they are telling every day to their parents what I learned today. And second is self mastery, and there is a dincharya ka niyam and self introspection. Now child is following the daily routine and improving himself or herself. And third is social empathy and intelligence. Now child slowly understanding and taking small activities, projects in school or outside school, or homework is given like that, or in ATL lab, doing some activity and understanding that am I good here or not good here, and then decision making and ownership. Now child understand, who am I? This person will be my friend, this will not be my friend. If I'll become engineer, I'll be a design engineer. If I'll become a lawyer, I'll be a criminal lawyer. If I'll be a cricket player, I'll be a good fielder. So this activity is making them very, very clear. This we call Jiva learning system. And there's a philosophy behind it. And the student stress, no stress. Parents, they are all happy. So what is the goal that the child should achieve? That he has good health, he can make good money, he knows what the skills, tendency, and abilities he has, and the child is self disciplined, and child is living in family and society with love and affection. So here mental strength is automatically building, and the child is automatically learning the resilience, that how he or she can adjust with the circumstances. The child is feeling the emotions. Child knows that from where emotions comes. मन में विचार कहाँ से आता है, क्यों आता है, what is the frequency of my mind, what kind of thoughts my mind is catching up, and what kind of thought my friend's mind is catching up. So this depends on the food and association of the child. So all these things are part of the teacher training curriculum, and teaching them in a way that the child not only learning academics. So grade versus growth, marks versus growth. Marks or grade is one part of life, and the main part is that the child should understand the family, environment, himself or herself, and the society where he or she has to work according to the nature. So this is the whole process, and then mental strength and resilience is covered up by each student, and they understand their mentality very well. मेरा मन बुद्धि अहंकार चित्त क्या है, कैसे काम करता है, all these things are being taught to the student and teachers as well.
जी सर, सो मतलब स्कूल का और आसपास की एनवायरनमेंट का, पेरेंट्स का एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल आ जाता है इसमें, कि वो बच्चों के साथ किस तरीके का एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. Thank you very much, sir. My next question is for Ms. Vibha Khosla. For schools, one of the biggest challenges is balancing academics with mental health. How do you think the education system can better support students in developing both goal-setting skills and mental resilience?
Okay, so the purpose of education is a lot of this is not rote learning, but it is also awareness. And when we educate children, it should be in a holistic manner, wherein mental health is always supported. When we talk about the new education policy, and if we talk about the good institutions which have been there it is not only about rote learning, but it is amalgamation of experiential learning, which is taking place. And whenever there are experiences which are being created for learning, then the mental health always stays positive. So we need to have certain things like the social emotional learning that's really coming up now. Also, empathy is being added to it, which has to be wrapped up in our education system when we are teaching the children. There has to be collaborative strategies that need to be taken in. There has to be normalization of talks around mental health, which is very important, because till the time the mental health stays as a stigma, we'll never be able to be successful. In Western countries, if you have any kind of an issue, you go to a counselor. Similarly, in our country, we also have to encourage this thing. And when we talk about this question, and to the answer to this question, which has again been given by Mr. Chawla, and I feel very, very happy and or in fact honored to be heading Modern School Vasant Vihar, because whatever he spoke about, he mentioned about children, taking up some project and doing it. So I see children here at Modern School doing these things. We've got children who've created apps where they say they were going to give you diets. There are children who are doing community services where, they are going and helping out so many other people. There are children who are doing a lot of action researches. And this is actually the culture of the school. This is not that I'm talking about one or two students. If I start speaking about this is the culture of the school. Every child in the school is doing something or the other. We've got around 14 to 15 clubs. Children go ahead and plan their donation drives. And let me tell you, it's not the teachers who are planning, it's children who are planning. So it's children who are the doers here. And this is making a lot of impact. And that's the reason our school is a happy school. So these are the strategies, sir, which you spoke about, and I feel really, really happy to tell you that we've been doing all these things here at school, and it's students driven, encouraged by the teachers and the parents, but it's actually the children who are doing it. So in a very generic manner, if I tell you, in this school, I don't see that kind of a mental pressure which is coming. If mental pressure is coming, it's only coming because of the attitude wherein there are children are being hard pressed or are not being encouraged. But most of the children, and you tell them, don't take this, they'll say, but why? This is something that I need. Because they've made their decisions, they have the awareness, and they've got this exposure. So when we talk about goal setting, mental resilience would come when the opportunities would be given to the children. So if opportunities are being given to the children, they're exploring, they're doing it, and they're doing it intrinsically. They are not forced to do it. So that's where a happy and a healthy environment comes, and goal setting happens automatically. And we see, we've been seeing the success rate for more than 100 years now with the legacy of the school, that children are who and who in the society, and they're known. So modern is known for this thing. So I think the crux of the thing is that encouragement, exposure, and a little bit of lending them a helping hand, being a facilitator instead of just being a person who's telling them what you have to do. So they make their own choices, and mental health excels here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really helpful remarks. And you said that it is all student driven. So I'm sure it flows from the top, and the management and the school is such, the culture is there, such the students are self driven. Yes, sir. The concluding remarks from Mr. Jitin Chawla.
Yeah, thanks. So that was amazing, Yoga ma'am. And I, of course, I get students from your school also. So, and one understands and amazing work which is being done. So, just one last line to build up. I was sitting with a group of friends, and we said, "Hey, for a number of years, like we have gone through pressures, and I've been with the very large corporates, both multinational Indian companies, and I face situations where we have even worked for 3 days straight without any breaks, like not going back at home also. But we never felt that we have to think of work-life balance or so. Why you were so much engaged? So there are I would say three things which distinguishes people and which a lot of young people should carry on. One, focus on physical activity and physical fitness. You know, so somehow a lot of children are glued onto the laptop or the mobile, and the physical fitness has gone out, and somehow nutritious food is also not happening. In fact, according to one of the researches done, I forgot the name of the magazine. So maybe around 80% of whatever a lot of young people are eating is not supposed to be eaten. I request everyone to follow Food Farmer online. You realize our juices have sugar, our the big brand Bonvitas and all have sugar in them, and so many other, like even Kellogg's muesli has issues, and so on and so forth. So physical fitness, nutrition is one. Having a good set of friends. I mean, how will you get friends when you share openly about you, when they share, when you develop a hobby along with them, when you participate in some activities along with them. So having a set of friends always is a stress buster. And third, giving and helping out. So the more you give, the more you'll get calm. And everybody's life. So we're all senior people here in the with us. So we have all faced setbacks. So life has gone up, down, up, down. So it'll continue for all of us. You might be very rich, you might be very poor, but you'll still have ups and downs. So, but if you are a person who's a giver, who enjoys giving knowledge, support, money, donation, whatever you have, what you can give, you will become very solid. You will become very strong from inside, and you can fight whatever you want to fight in life. You will not go down. And the idea is to keep running. So I have got students who have failed, who have things, and then after 2 years, boom, they have come up so strongly that life has been amazing. So with this message, I want to thank HT for organizing this. I want to thank my co-panelists, Vibha ma'am and Rishi sir, and amazing learning for me also. And I look forward to more sessions like this.
In the end, thank you, panelists, for your valuable insights. It's clear that goal setting and mental strength are crucial components in the success and well being of students, professionals, and individuals alike. As we wrap up today's discussion, I encourage everyone to take the lessons shared here and apply them to your own lives, whether you are a student, educator, or part of a business world. Let's continue to support each other in building a future where we not only set goals, but have the mental fortitude to achieve them. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And we hope this conversation has inspired you on your journey towards personal and professional growth. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you for the
Thank
opportunity. And it was a pleasure hearing everybody out. Thank you. Thanks.
thank
Thank you very much. It was a very nice
Thank
session and lot of learning from Vibha ma'am and Jitin sir.
thank you,
So
sir.
it's
Thank you.
vice versa. We loved hearing you out. It was a pleasure. Thank you.